Hey everyone, it's Maria here. Welcome to my new vlog series, The Journey of an Aspiring Spiritualist. Sorry, I got some notes here, but because there's a lot I want to talk about. But I remember one of my previous videos, I remember it was my in bulk one or something, but I discussed how I wanted to start making a vlog series, which I kind of incorporated into like my actual videos, but I never really focused on an actual just a vlog series, and I'm actually going to be starting 2 of them. The first one is The Journey of an Aspiring Spiritualist, and that'll be a part of my Wednesdays. I'll be doing that on Wednesdays because, like Moonlit Opal, I also do the Witchy Wednesday. And I also got the idea from Leonie Dawson's book. If I can just pull it out real quick. I have it right here. Leonie Dawson's Create Your Amazing Year 2014 Life Edition, because I don't have a business, so I didn't get the Life and Biz edition. I just downloaded this and took it to Office Max and made it, and so now I have all these little colorful pages. Oops, it's very flappy, but yeah, all these colorful pages and blah blah blah. Pretty. I'm not done finishing it, but I'll get there eventually. But also if you see these things, I went to 3 yoga classes today. One of them was at Sunwas and at 8, so that's why I have these things, because they're required from my school if you're doing a yoga class. But yes, I want to start 2 new vlogs. The first one for my, witchy, spiritual, just the witchy, my magic, my work, anything that has to do with my craft is going to be part of my vlog series called Journey of an Inspiring Spiritualist, because the reason why I came up with that name is I feel like spirituality is a never-ending cycle, a never-ending learning process, and I'm aspiring to continue down my path of spirituality and being a spiritualist or being a spiritualistic person, and I'm always aspiring to do that. So, Journey of an Inspiring Spiritualist. Woo! Plus, I thought it sounded a little catchy. But my second one is going to be a yoga vlog, because I have an addiction, a really bad addiction to it. I'd done 4 hours of yoga so far, and I'm gonna do a thing of yin yoga before I go to bed and work on my headstands and maybe try a tripod stand tonight. We'll see how that goes. But I do yin, vinyasa, and hatha, kind of inversion yoga. And I had my first prana yoga class today, which I thought was really cool. I like that a lot. But that's going to be my second vlog, and I'm calling that Inspired Yogi Diaries. Isn't that cool? I like that a lot. But that's going to be, it's called Inspired Yogi Diaries, and it's going to probably be, some sequences I'm doing. I'll videotape it, and how to get in or out of a pose, such as a headstand, which I can do. Haha. But I'll go into that later on in the video. But okay, first of all, let me stick with my notes because I will be everywhere. Alright. In my blog, in my Journey of an Inspiring Spiritualist vlog, I just want to mainly discuss my path. Excuse me. I'm really hungry and really thirsty after 4 hours of yoga today, so I'm just so excuse me if I take a drink of my Vita Coco. But I haven't made a video since pre-Imulk. I said it right this time. Pre-Imulk festivities, ritual, etc., etc. But I wanted to touch up on my previous video on what the new moon and Imulk means to me, and it's all about cleansing and getting rid of the gunk and the funk in your life that you have right now. You want to get rid of that stuff. You want to clean it all out. And I did 3 days of cleansing in my room and self-cleansing. I freaking used sage and dragon's blood, which is a very powerful cleanser, and I had dragon's blood resin in my cauldron and sage burning on my altar, and I was just like, let me fumigate my room, let me fumigate my room. It was like a giant cloud in my room. And then, of course, after all the cleansing's done, you gotta reset up everything, so I reset up my protection, my wards in my room, along with burning sweetgrass on my altar and lavender and other stuff to bring in positive vibes after the cleansing. Because those, not only does the negative get cleansed out when you clean a space, but the positive does as well. But yes, it's not just about getting rid of the physical, the mental or metaphysical or spiritual funk and gunk. It's also for me a good like physical cleanse as well. And so I've been doing I'm trying to stay 4 hours of yoga a day. I've done 2, except today I've done 4 because of my 3 classes I had, and I'm gonna make it 5 because I'm gonna do an hour before I go to bed. But physical cleanse, I'm drinking more water. I don't have my bottle with me, but I have a giant Dasani bottle of water, bottle's like this big, so that's a big bottle of water, and I drank it almost 3 times a day, which is a lot of water, because it's 2 bottles in 1 bottle, so it's 6 bottles of water, which I think is pretty good. So that's how I'm also cleansing myself. I'm eating normally, or eating healthier. For lunch today I had nothing but raw vegetables, and it was delicious. And then for dinner I kind of splurged a little bit. I had a quinoa, an organic homemade quinoa chili with some, black beans and a little bit of chili in it, feta, cilantro, tomatoes, carrots, onions, and then I had black bean, feta, cilantro, grilled cheese, because I was really hungry, and my lunch was just vegetables and wasn't a lot either, so it wasn't a lot of filling fiber, and I need protein, so I ate a lot of beans. But and so also I take days to not eat meat, because I do like eating meat. I'm not going to stop eating meat probably, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not eating meat either. So I'm just trying to give myself a couple days out of the week to cleanse myself from meat and just eat vegetables and fruits and things like that. And so that's just something because it helps me feel physically cleaner and lighter. And but I do like meat, and I'm not gonna stop for a lot of reasons, mainly I'm half Filipino, so there's a lot of meat involved in our food culturally. So I wouldn't, to respect my own culture, where I come from. And the food is really good, so I really don't want to stop eating meat, but I'm limiting my intake of meat. Okay. But yes, and so that's how I'm physically cleansing and spiritual cleansing. I did my room and stuff, and I'm starting new things. I'm making a crystal necklace right now. I don't know if you can see it. It's halfway done. I got one thing done. I'll probably add more crystals and stuff to it, but I have white agate beads on there, a little white shell, and then I have the quartz crystal. And so it's like this so far. I got this side done. This side still needs to be done. This is something I've been working on since Imulk. And I'll get there eventually. I'm not in really any hurry, but I love this. I can't wait to wear this as a necklace. But yeah, so new tasks being started, new positivity being brought into my life. I did some spell work on Imulk, or my 2 Imulk ritual days, just to help bring in new positive things along with the cleansing and everything. I did a spell where I had a clementine and I put cloves into it in the shape of a money sign, and for prosperity and stuff, because I was running really low on money. And lo and behold, the next day I got a really fat check from my school because they overdrafted on my loans. So I paid off both my credit cards, paid my mom back for last semester's college, and I still have some money to pay towards my loans. So I'm just what you put out there, the universe is gonna provide, You just gotta ask and work for it, not just sit there and be when's this gonna fall in my lap? Can't be passive about it, you gotta be more active to get what you want in life. And so also the next day, or on Imulk, when I was cleaning things, I did a really big spring clean room, and it looks so much better, and it looks like there's more space, and I feel better because there's less gunk in my room. But I found this sweater I've been looking for almost a year in my closet. I found 3 crystals that I thought I lost. Yeah, I just found everything I've been looking for that I thought I lost. And one of my uniforms for work I thought I lost was hidden in a bag in my closet somewhere. So the cleansing, that's how another way I physically cleanse. I physically cleanse my room by cleaning out all the gunk. I had 3 bags of trash and 2 donation bags of clothes that I was able to do. And with that cleansing, I brought in positivity by finding all the things I lost, Works out. Also, during the new moon ritual, I haven't discussed this yet, but I do some ancestry work. I know only personally, or like know two of my ancestors on a name basis and a like actual face basis, because I know all my ancestors all around me at all times, but two of them I've gotten close to. The first one, Chris and Invoking the Balance and Michelle Moonlit Opal were there for EWF Earth Warriors Festival 2012 in Ohio, and Carlo was the firekeeper there, and he kept a sacred fire. And that's when I first came across Uncle. He is from my mother's side. Both my ancestors are from my mother's side so far, but he's definitely like full-fledged tribal Filipino, like not exactly Ifugao, but like Cordillera. I think that's a word, Cordillera Ifugao, because Ifugao are like, I guess more older, depends, but he's definitely Cordillera, because I remember from the loincloth garb he had and the headdress and stuff, but he had white hair and he had cataracts in his eyes. I can see like the whiteness in his eyes and stuff and everything, but he was my first, and he's helping me on my shamanic healing path that I'm trying to get on. Mainly like Filipino, traditional shamanic healing. And then during my new moon ritual I did a meditation. I had an incense. I'm sorry, I have something in my eye. I need to get new contacts. These things are so old. But I had this special incense with a person I used to be friends with gave me that was supposed to help you connect to the spirit world and ancestry and all of the things. And I had my ancestry altar lit on the new moon. I had the incense going. I did a meditation where I was with my totems, which is a snow leopard and a peregrine falcon. And I did that. Sorry, I'm doing like half lotus while I'm sitting here trying to stretch it all out. And so I did that. And I did my meditation, my totems, and they led me towards Hecate, who I did a meditation with her, and she kind of threw me in a room, basically, like, she was like, you have some issues you're suppressing, that you need to face. You're gonna go in this room, it's a dark room, and there's like 3 flames that would light up once I faced the 3 things I was suppressing. And I really didn't know I was suppressing these things until, like, I was thrown in the room by Hecate, and I was like, oh shit, no wonder. And I was like, that explains so much. And so, like, I had to face those 3 things I was suppressing and get over them, like the dark things of myself I was suppressing, and I'll learn to accept them in my life and, work with them as myself, to be who I want to be and where I want to go. And as I did that, I got let out of the room, and she gave me some advice about my path, and then I was led on. Then Uncle grabbed my hand and led me towards a familiar cliff in the Philippines. It's on my grandparents' farm. It's a cliff with a fruit tree, like right before the edge of the cliff, and down are these rice paddies and stuff that he owns, because he owns a rice farm. And down in it was this huge, great, giant bonfire with all my ancestors, just spread around it, conversing, talking, dancing, laughing. I hear them all from up there. And I looked down, and one person's face stood up for me. She was a woman. She is from my great-grandmother's side, because my great-grandmother, I found out recently from my mom, as not only she's Filipino, but she's also Native American in her too. And this woman had a lot of Native American blood in her, but she was also Filipino, so I guess she was like either my great-grandmother's mom or something like that. But she told me to call her Aunt Grace, and I was looking down though, like her face before like all my ancestors stood out in front of me, and I was just like, okay. And so somehow magically floated down from the cliff top to her, and she was talking to me and stuff, and she took a flame from the great fires, like a flame, and turned purple, and put it into my heart space, my heart chakra, and it kind of turned green and stuff. And I was talking to Chris about this, and basically, like from what I got from EWF and from her, I too am a keeper of the flame, the sacred fire, the sacred flame of my ancestors, and I need to carry it in my heart. I need to carry this flame. I carry this flame with me no matter what in my heart space, and I need to let that shine. Let that shine through compassion and wisdom, and to make a change, for the better for myself. And that, of course, goes on with new moon and freaking Imbolc, like the day after. I was just like, all these signs are telling me, get rid of these negative things in my life, and so I can bring in positive, and so that's what I've been doing. So it's been working so far. I think everything's been going really well for me. But yeah, so the new moon and Imbolc were crazy for me. So much shit happened, and it's because I took the initiative to make those changes for myself, and I'm really proud of that. Another thing I want to discuss in my vlog was, I'm talking where I've been. Now I want to know where do I want to go with my path. Right now I'm really thinking about going and finding like a local community or local study group or something for like Wiccans and pagans, just to be able to have that community sense, because I'm a very solitary practitioner. I don't really have anyone I can practice with, and so I do all my rituals by myself and everything, and I discuss it with people and everything, but it's not the same as working with other people. Excuse me. When I talk, I get really thirsty, and apparently my nose gets congested. But anyways, I don't really have, like I was saying, I don't really have anyone to practice with. And so I'm going to try and take into my initiative to at least have like a day of the week, or like 1 or 2 days out of the month, where I attend like a study group or like a local open ritual or something, you know. I'm going to go down to my local New Age shop and ask them about that. Like, hey, you know, I'm this witch, I've been on this path for such and such years. I just want people I can study and discuss things with and even do rituals with sometimes, you know, just because, like I was talking to Chris about this, I need that, it's a sense of balance I need. Yes, I'm like freaking solitary out of the way, but I need that sense of community too. And so I need to find that balance in order to be able to further myself in my path, because I feel like, yes, you can get really far with solitary, but you also need community to help you, push you in different directions in new ways, because if you're by yourself the entire time, you're going to be stuck like in the straight edge path, you know. You're not going to see things from different perspectives and all that stuff, so yeah. So, okay, I need to hurry up because my camera says I have 2 minutes of battery left. Okay, but that's where I want to go. And like I was saying, I'm going to start a new vlog series for my yoga, inspired Yogi Diaries. I think that sounds really catchy. I think it sounds really catchy, but the reason why I want to put it on this channel and not make a separate channel for that is yoga is not only physically or mentally like challenging and fitting for you, but it's also something I incorporate spiritually, because my patron god is Shiva. He's a Hindu god, and yoga like started within Hinduism and in India as a way of spiritual enlightenment and discipline. And so I don't dance, because Shiva is also known as a god of dancing, because there's a pose, I can't remember the name of it, but he's in a statue pose and his arms like this, and he has like a drum in his hand, whatever, and one of his feet are kind of slightly sticking down at an angle. But yes, that's why. Okay, my battery's dying, but I love you guys. Blessed be. Namaste. Thank you for seeing my first vlog video. Hey!